helpers and friends and so forth. Very, very technology. Thank you so much. So, okay. Now we can start.
Lasso da tambo della namazu samala trash deles bom dia tudo bem.
Geshe just spoke in Portuguese, so good morning for everyone. Good morning because in Brazil is morning time. But first of all, welcome and welcome to all of you here present and also online.
Hola, tudo bem.
This is Spanish, okay. Next version, English.
Hello, how are you?
Okay.
Good morning, Mari. Tanda.
Tanda, good evening.
Good evening. Samala, good evening.
Good afternoon. Yeah, better good afternoon. That's too hard. Just first good evening and then after good afternoon.
Yeah, three ngazo da sa nimachi tigola ngazo boba sidang chibaina seba sumje de yang seba zangbo ani sozo chi jawa zangbo jina yang ani pendo chimbo yobada jawa ngimba zona yang pendo chimbo yobaga nimochi zige yosongza ani ngazo chi nyamdo zomni odili tola jawa zangbo chi tola beso chi yobade ne ngazo changma chi gagu ba chi songza chana zoena dona chimbo jini pewu yosongza.
It works, okay. So first of all, today is the 10th day of the month, right? So it's a very auspicious day in general. So because it's very auspicious day, so we really make sure that in this day we would have some teaching, because any virtuous activity that we do together here, so it's gonna be a cause for a great amount of merit to be cultivated and to be accumulated here. So that's the reason that today, March 10th, is a very auspicious day, and for this reason we decided to gather this class.
Yeah. That diri ngazo boba jeva ina that diri ginimo de yang jidas me jeva sumju de be yang ki chemo ji dang chochi ngazo semba kyogo ya ji dang oda diri ji ginimo ji cha yin songsa daki mugi dashul roga jemba odendo de gala danda de se karzo ji
and today also is a special day for us Tibetans, which is the day that the uprising day. So today is the 65th anniversary or date of uprising day that we are here already in exile in India. And today is the special day that we all gather, we Tibetans all gather together. We do the march in order to remember this date, in order to remember the importance of really like to keep this Tibetan unity and to never give up in order to try to get back our freedom. And so for this reason, like today we went to Dharamsala and we did all the march. And for one side, like it's a very important but a little bit sad day for me. And today we walked so much, and so I am a little bit tired.
Yeah.
And so first of all, if maybe I become a little bit tired during the teachings, I apologize. Okay, so first of all, for those that are new here online or directly, and so I want to introduce very briefly where you are. And so you are in Shide. Shide means peace of mind in Tibetan. So this group was founded 1.5 years ago by Geshe Gyaltsen and Geshe Sonam, because they, with the aim of promoting methods of ways on how to think in order to cultivate a more peaceful life, either in this life, either of course to the next lives for those who believe it. But this is not important. But the most important is how to develop different methods and different kind of thinking in order to cultivate a more peaceful and worthy life. Okay, so this is the group, and so we are a group of 15 Geshes, a little bit more than 15 Geshes, and these 15 Geshes, and so we are committed either to share whatever philosophy, Buddhist philosophy and psychological studies we have in order to help everyone in the way of thinking. Also, some of the Geshes are studying other languages like Chinese, English, and maybe other languages also, in order to don't rely in translators and be able to speak directly to you. Okay, and also we teach Tibetan language also for those who are interested in deep their knowledge in the psychology and so forth. Okay, so this is Shide, the house where you are now, the group where you are now. I am Geshe Gyaltsen Sering. I came from Tibet. I am a Tibetan monk from Kham. From Kham, Tango is the name of my village. And in 88, I fled Tibet, walking through the mountains of Himalaya. And I joined I went to South India, to the monastery, Drupal Monastery, and I started my Buddhist philosophy classes and studies there. After 24 years, I graduated as Geshe Dharamsala, right after I studied Tantra. And then from 10 years, I've been teaching Buddhist philosophy in the Tibetan library here in Dharamsala. Okay. This is a translator. So for now, and so I am Tenzin Lhamdro. I'm his student for 10 years also. I'm originally from Brazil. And nowadays I'm also studying this same course of Buddhist philosophy in a monastery. I am still in the 9th year. Okay, so this is our presentation.
Yeah. 다 나로 인지하고 장교. 지망하로 인지하고 시디.
But I'm gonna learn proper English, and then as soon as I know proper English, so I just will get rid of this translation.
세모.
Just joking. He's not joking.
야야. 땅으로서 안에지 내리지는 좀니 아주 가르치던 좀그 요래스디 돈다 도도로데 아주 대원도라 등원만도 봐세 디그 돈이 땅아서 내려야 좀 나중에는 지금 남아서라 지슈 저는 저희나 돈나 첨부지는 영향 주대 가르래 나라 대화고도 나라 등고고도 티켓 아주 좀 말이에요.
Well, all of us here, we are for the same reason. I mean, we exist and we came together here for the same reason, because all of us, we want to be happy and we want to avoid any kind of suffering or unsatisfaction condition in our life, right? That's the reason that we are gathered together here. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about this, and any doubt or question that you have, you can immediately send your question.
Oh, yeah. 다 임바이나 양을서 소소라 대화 고요바이나 주도 대화데 소소라 대화 고요나 대화도 소소고 조고 소소라 대화도 조 시바지 고요레스.
And because all of us individually, we want to be happy. So the cause of the happiness that oneself wants is a responsibility of oneself. And so one has to create the cause for the happiness that one is seeking for.
Yeah. 등을도 금해봐야나요. 등을 매봐서야 돼. 소소 수제고 우리마도 잔다.
Likewise, if if individually one wishes to get rid of any suffering, so individually one is responsible to not cultivate the causes that create your own suffering.
Yeah. 제가 대인 소장을서 대위 곁들 시바지다 등을 곁들 매봐서 시바지 용화라 가르고 요래서 땅에서 주고다는 거 상로 당초 돈이 용고래서.
And so for this reason, like in order to recognize and to understand what is the causes of the happiness and what is the cause of the problems that we want to avoid. So that's the reason that we came here together, and I'm going to explain this today.
Yeah. 이 소자 들이 넘어 설랑에 담봉아 전디 조지 다 가서서 사다가 나는 요반 난신 그 돈이 아주 미상고서 간디 제고 요미 그 꼴라 영인데시 디디 지금 넘어 설라쇼. 디바리바리라 저런 조양나 세보 마차와디니 요바이나 카티카티 티와티야지 타마들레이나요 아주 티와티는 그 디소두샤 자토니 바이나 저런 종무스 술을 티와요나
Well, the topic of our class is cultivating kindness, but from the aspect of being a human being. So what are the qualities and how to become how to cultivate these qualities of human being. So these I'm gonna explain you in a brief way, and any time that you have questions and doubts, please do it. But if you have many questions, very good. But if you don't have so many questions, so if you have many questions, it's very good. If you don't have so many questions, maybe whatever I have here in my mind and I'm sharing with you, maybe while I'm talking and while you're listening, maybe you are just like this cup, like up and down, that then any knowledge or speech that I'm sharing with you is not entering, or is entering but is sort of leaking, and this is not a good way of listening to the teaching. Or if you come here to the class or online, your body, your physical aspect is here or is there at home, but your mind is, it's just traveling all around. So this is not also a good posture. So for this reason, a good way to listen into this teaching is try as much as you can to pay attention and to bring your attention to the topic. Okay.
Oh yeah. That didn't also two the diri shego number so la karashi yen city gana. Tangacho mi sambo seade, mi sambo tangacho chuke lenare, ke malena imbaina, mi sambo to go tangacho. Chairs I think so the mi sambo can check over yes.
Okay, so we talk about we want to talk about being a human being. Well, to be kind, heart-warmed person, warm-hearted person, well, it's good, but it's not a religious topic. Like everyone needs and everyone wants to become a good and warm-hearted person, and how to become warm-hearted person.
Yeah. Vietnamese zambo seade, so to garondo jimba in mi zambo chi, and po zambo chi, pomo zambo chi. Rana gagre mato ane pasho den tepto do da dini de midikachi garorana kibo yomarwa.
For example, we all we like to have like either good boy or girl to be a partner, like a good and warm-hearted girl or boy to be the partner. Like nobody wants to, okay, in order to have a good partner, I'm gonna try to find a very bad or naughty partner. Nobody seeks for this, right?
No, chesa. Din so that ona mi sambo se at zu karre gemondo shiro te sam mi sambo se go mare. Zu mi zang da ngi se at samba zang da ngi.
And to be a good person doesn't mean that is a good looking person or a smiley person. This is not the meaning of being a good person, right? But what means this is to have a good attitude, to have a good way of thinking. So if that person has a good intention, is a good person. If that person has a bad intention, is recognized as a bad person. Yesterday, yeah, please have a look if whoever has the topic of the class yesterday. So I sent you like the 5 qualities of a human being by Patrol Rinpoche. If anyone has this and the mobile, you can have a look. Otherwise, it's just follow the what I'm gonna say. Did you see this advertisement like with the topic? Did you see with the topics? Okay. No, you can share with them also. Okay, who saw? Raise the hand. At home also? Who saw raise the hand? Okay, no. Okay, you saw, right? Second question. All of you at home also? Oh, good. Thank you, Jennifer. Who read these 5 topics? You saw. Who read? Chika? At home? At home?
저도 대나라 땅야 저런데 저런서 소반나라 땅에 봐 하고서
Everyone saw the 5 topics. Yes, I saw.
저런서
And-
대 여보로임에
and
도나치임에
And did you pay attention? Did you read it? Did you read properly? Oops, not so many. Just joking.
이는 도나치기도.
But yes, it's good to pay attention.
야야. 다 디나라라 담보들랑 좀 무시 정보 세야 돼서와라야. 즉 돈세로 디나라 잡이트를 뭐지 가르송도 담보들라야 균잠바스 시균잠바스.
Okay, just like for those who pay attention, just joking. But the first one, what is the first quality of being a person, a good person? To be gentle. Okay.
담보.
Yeah, this is the first one.
샤마동에 찌와찌그러다. 영어가 가르치니.
Okay, to be gentle. You memorize, okay? I'm gonna ask you in a while.
근데 니바드 가르레
What is the second?
자큐 소심바스. 자와
자큐
튜마
소심.
가리마이나. 소소 레가 이나레 근데 지 소소 떫름 된다 이나레 가제시다 이나 가리마이 초레모치 딱 제시바고 그래서.
The second quality, what is that? Is to set limits to their own attitude and behavior. Any kind of action or attitude, either like eating and speaking and so forth, and the attitude, the behavior that one dispels, and so has to have a limit, sort of limit, an exact limit, not too short, not too long.
네, 숨바데.
The third quality was the third quality.
둘이.
Open mind, and to be firm.
네, 제가 고양신스데. 아니 배 수수 삼로 구수 도보 지교머리. 삼바 고양 못 쳐버리스. 삼바 자신 못 쳐버리스. 이걸로야 밑에 못 쳐버리스. 측단 봐 밑에 못 쳐버리스.
Yes, it's true. So it's to be open mind. What is to be open mind? Like not to be too uptight, too inflexible in one's own opinion. Not to this, and so to be more relaxed, more open mind, and also to have a firm. On the other hand, have a firm and stable mind.
다 시바데.
What is the fourth?
가르엘라바이나 수수 자와 캔디 지글라이바이나 자와데 마치비 온래야 자와데 제나 펜도두 펜도 요바이나 소소라 페테제 펜바이나 미샬라 노노노 딘디가 딱긴 케바지 제고요.
What is the fourth? So before engaging in any kind of action, activity, and so forth, it's very important to check, to analyze that action, if one is able or not to do, and so forth. So it's very important to have this quality of analyzing any action before engaging to this.
근데 나바데 가르에스디가라 가르라 임바이나 소소 정보치다. 대양 지금 세와 지금 돈이 아니 대다 요거 그래서 정보도 세와.
Yes, and the fifth and last one is any kind of action before you engage in, so you have to check. But the fifth one is in a very honest way, so to behave as much as you can with honesty, and not only this, with the genuine intention, motivation to be of benefit your action.
Yeah, not the.
Did you get the fifth one? Did you get it? Okay. If you have in English also, you can share here in the Zoom, because here is thank you, José Arthur. This is in Portuguese. You can also share in English here. Okay, let's go for the exam. What is the first one? Be gentle. Okay, at home also you can say, you can open the mic. First, gentle. Second, limit your actions.
Set limit to one's action and behavior.
Oh, good. This is the second. Third?
Open mind.
The open mind and firm.
And firm. Okay. Fourth?
Analyze properly before
Analyzing any action.
Okay,
And
fifth?
Always be
Analyze
honest.
the fourth one. Yes. And the fifth?
Always be honest and have the motivation to benefit all.
Okay.
Sadarino?
Yes. Everyone listen? It's
Mhm.
okay? So be gentle, set limits to one's own action and behavior. Third, be open mind and firm, stable. Fourth, and so analyze properly before engaging in any activity. And fifth and last one, to be genuinely honest and with the motivation to be of benefit to others.
Yeah. Do so, channel.
It's okay?
He has a question over
Question.
All right, question.
So, let's be honest, analyze properly before to engage any activity. So if I'm doing something directly, like I'm offering food to someone, and I'm doing this for 10 days, and by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like to do it, I'm tired, or that's bad, or I didn't think it, I just do it.
Pena nima chugiring la nga kare rawantone men nga kansune ma inpaches nga rangsing da samlo mampo matanes nga nima chugiring la kala jinda taimba ani nima chukchikla nga tis tanche sanati da chichna ni donda mengyo yamena tanche chedus da nga gyuntune kala tigi mes nyampe lodi kena dia podus ya pomindus dia ponga samlo matanga gita kares preni
제가 대체 난 삼로 마땅하게 따세는 민도 준비 때 맡아봐. 제당이 전에 다 있잖아 전에.
Yes, maybe either you can say or not, or we are not sure, like either because you didn't analyze properly before, or it's just lack of the proper joyous effort can be out of this. But in generally,
yeah. 나 주제 가려래 지디가는 나좀 교바세. 교바세 생중고나는 교바세. 교바기가 왜 교바 정성. 교바세한테 개발은 교바지나 아니 돈다가 좀 나중에 시바이나 개발은 교바지나 디과 자루고래 디과는 교바지나 개와 자루.
But in general, there is one mental factor or one state of mind that calls regret. Regret is a mental factor or is a state of mind that if you regret one virtuous action, then becomes an unvirtuous action for you. If you regret something bad, if you regret something that you already did bad, then becomes a virtuous thing. So during 10 days, you offer food, and in the last day, you become tired.
처음인도 다대 땅나 가르치고 딘디도 삼먹고 하지 니마 주달랑아 좀 봐야고 땅이야 나 거절라더니 펜토용은 저기도 다 주치는 같아서 당시기도 나 좀 봤던 거면 삼먹고 딘디치 삼로 땅 샤바이나 그런 거 몰라야 깔려야도 좀 봐다서 그냥 야고 차는
Kilsi, gyoba machinara.
gyoba da kaza chome jodore tini masamaji. Nima chirilang at nima bojila pendo da tonto sozo kazo jamba tayona te yago chonsong.
Yes, so just like you said, if you for 10 days you offer food for people and so forth, and then the last day on the 11th day, because you are tired or if you have any bad situation and so forth. Out of these reasons, not because you sort of regret it, not because you thought, I think was just useless offering food. I think I was just wasting my own time helping others. If you don't think like that, if you just think like out of your own tiredness or lack of time, whatever, and then you decide not to carry on with this general action of offering food, then maybe it is okay. There's no problem. If you don't, regret. Otherwise, if you really like spend your days or one day or whatever, like doing something very virtuous, and then after you regret using any kind of reason, then it's not good.
that 아니 딱이 땅보 시긴 잠바 하세요지도.
If you have question, you can ask.
I have questions.
Question.
I have. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay. So Geshe gave 5 human qualities. Okay. For me, there are 2 difficult points. One difficult point: set limit to one's action and behavior. And then I think the motivation of benefit. should be the first one, because that's the only way I see of be gentle, or so I think the first thing for me is to have the motivation to benefit all, that every action of mine would be to benefit all. But even though Geshe knows, and I have it's very difficult for me, and I have no clear at all how to set limit to my actions and behavior.
Tenzin ki da na yunde nga korla swimba. Ani di nga ka de so perna so ni patiras. So zimpata ni duas. O di nga la mone kandes so chawata so chopa kandes so da wani zingures nga tatun ya po hakogmidus. Chirtanchena perna tama duas. Simpen duas.
Pensem da tramuzina.
Oh, pensem da tramuzina. Ina so ani pensem gizina ani chawata ani chegores. Chirtanchena di nga la ina nga temporales, antan temporas. Ani namgyung chawata ani pensem kikone taranga chawa chegius. Ine nga kangel so karesena nge chawata anchupa kare yona so zoya chitu nga kandezo gore nga hakumasos.
Jajutsu kandi sango yo menge Geshe jagures.
I'm going to explain to you. I'm about to explain it. You don't jump ahead. I'm going to explain. It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's coming. Okay, let's start with the first.
Me 시진 잠바자도 쭉 가르라 바이나 시진 잠바자데 또 소소가 샘거 나올라 잠바도 세와가 냠리 지요 바이나 미데 란신 그 시진 잠바자도 용고요레스 어디에도 거나 잠세가 냠리 용고 지요 바이나 이거 시간 잠보 제가 차기요레.
Okay, I just introduced. Okay, now let's go for each of the 5 points. Okay? So the first of all is to be gentle. So what means to be a gentle person? Means that any kind of attitude and way of thinking, and mainly the attitude, the conduct, is gentle. If that person has gentle conduct, so that person becomes a gentle person. And usually there is also the ethic, the moral conduct. If one can hold as much as one can very good conduct ethics in one's own daily routine, is very good also. When you talk about conduct, can be either like the moral conduct, the country's common moral conduct. So if you follow exactly the conduct or the roles of the country, and so you not have any problem for you, and also you not give problems to others. For example, now we are in India. So we drink Indian water. So because we are drinking Indian water, so we have to respect Indian rules. Because there is one Tibetan proverb that says, if one drink the water from that place, one has to respect the roles from that place. So if one is in a certain place or country, and one really respect all the roles and the conduct of that place, so this person will not have any difficulty or problems to get one's own water to drink. But on the other hand, if one doesn't respect the role, the moral conduct of that place, so maybe sooner or later it will be kicked out from that place.
Just a small point.
We wanted to try something new to let the people speak here,
Okay.
so the people in the computer can hear us.
I'm English and I drink water.
Sorry. You can say.
I'm English and I drink water in England. But our water is purchased from France. Do we have a problem?
So her question was, I am English, I am British, and I'm drinking the British water, but the British water is polluted.
No, bring it from France.
But the British water, the water that I drink in Britain, we buy from France. So this was her question, her point. So what to do? Ani korangitiwa inda petan rewa kuchiglas nga England gi mire nga England mire ani nga England gi chu tung shipains ine England gi chu this France ne yongyures karichigore.
Ale Tanda nga zo kar tang pesa dri nga zo boba tang pesa dri diga zo kar la wore
kaptu chu yosamare te gyabla ki donda yosare kesranga so team and the England ki team yosamare so the France ki team sare skorange donda gyabla ki donda de
chabri yo mare pena arzo diga taki ni jana zo yurchi tona yitim ki gogre la ga diga pe diga ka zo kar so gore jana choba ji pena tanda jana ro na jagar Donra chimato madena ya ani jaga chim karyo na te su ki gore tana lota imba ina lota na la devi kala chim ki gore choba ji na la dena chim ki gore so masan ro chim ba ina masan de la ji chim rotan ro karyo ba ina te chim ki gore ta dona te la gore ma to so lomba de chim de mi janda lomba de chim la tu ni yung yo ba ina te nga chi yo ma so tande ne ko la kayo la yo chim karyo ba te ki
The meaning that we are saying here is actually it's important to respect the moral conduct or the roles and so forth of the place where you are. So if you are here, so it's good to respect the way of working and the way of thinking and the conduct of this place. If you're in England, and so you just respect and go as much as you can under the roles, respecting the roles of England. So, for example, it's fine. This is just in order to avoid your problems for you and not give problems to others. It's more like this is the meaning, not actually because if the roles, for example, the roles, the content and so forth in England actually is coming from other. Actually, this is not the point. This is not important.
Tadini karoda ama jiwa dani shia de tamba jesa de karu karshedu taki.
Team Tagaran Kolada.
Alelo, or she can jump as a day, nature of the Carla, Jamsi in Yamle Yobayana, Michigan Jamo Chagres, Sultim Yabosona, Michigan Jamo Chagres, Tablam, she did Jabo Chavi Tablam.
Team Tangani.
Suchim down, Jamsi in Yamle.
So we are talking about conduct, to respect the conduct. Why? Because we are in the first point and how to be a gentle person and what is the how methods to become a better person or a more gentle person is either to at least to follow and respect the conduct, respect the common ways of acting in that place. This is the first one. And the second one is to practice as much as one can any action through love and compassionable mindset.
Yeah. That Niva Danda Anangurha, Chanangatiwade, Tiote and Revayoba, Chachu Zimba, that's what the Kara Songore. Susu Linga Yosande, Susu Dagoya with Jabgo Yores.
Okay, so this is the first.
Yeah.
So this is the first one, and the second, related to Anugraha's question. So is what means set limit to one's own action and conduct? What does this mean? This first of all is to set limit to set limits in one's own actions of the three doors, which means in one's own action, physical actions, verbal actions, and mental actions. So what means to set a limit or to control one's own mind is this, like not to speak too much. You have to speak whatever you have to say. If there's things that you don't have to say, don't say. Likewise, like these eyes, you look at whatever you have to look at. To those things that you don't have to pay attention or to not look, don't look. Likewise, you don't have to listen properly to anything, to everything. You just listen to the things that will benefit and don't listen to anything. Likewise, our physical actions, like with hands and so forth, don't do random actions. Just do whatever, like move yourself to whatever is necessary to move or to do. And likewise, the mental action. Likewise, the mental action. Likewise, the mental action. So try to control your action and not to mental actions. Don't let your thoughts like just going here and there, like criticizing and looking for defeats in others. No, just don't think. Don't do it like this. Think in whatever you have to think on, and don't waste your time thinking or putting attention in whatever you don't have to think. For example, likewise for food. So if you eat the food in the correct amount and the exact food, and so like your stomach will not be painful and you feel good. But on the opposite, if you eat too much, and then it's going to be problem to the stomach. Which kind of problems to the stomach? Then inside the stomach will happen a war. It's going to have blah in your stomach. Oh, sorry. Ini ang kirang kala kasi na mount to you do. Good point. You asked Rika, thanks. Rika just came from Tibet, from Changwa, our place. And she said that the Tibetans in our regions, they gave us so much food. And so our countrymates, they gave her so much problem to her stomach. So I'm brave when I tell you. So the most important that I really want to share to you is just mind whatever is your business and don't mind anything that is not your business. This will avoid many problems for you. So there is one Tibetan proverb that says, if you have too much honey, if you eat too much honey, so it's gonna harm your liver. Geshe loja javi kablia ko tserembo ju she gorimato pe nyama takwa she dewana kabchile bu semla yang kajat pe mando chadu gores. Likewise, Likewise, if you are a father, so the father has to, in order to orientate or educate the kid, so has to, it scold, the father can scold, but scold in a certain limit, in a certain amount of orientation and scold. If it's too much all the time, like scolding all the time, like giving too much guidance or whatever, then the kid becomes a little bit, annoyed and so forth. Then it's not going to be benefit to the kid. And so if you're a father, speak in the limit, in the correct amount, to not offend the kid.
제가 단도르디 샤바이나 다디 자주 초선바지 소소 지자와다 교바 가르치인 바는 세다다지 니버드 제토야데 제고야데 베키침보리.
So in order, it's very important to anything that you do, any action, even your behavior, but any action that you do in a proper amount, in the proper extension. This is very important.
So the one question was still for the first point, but it also fits here. Like in a situation, for example, like in Tibet, you're now occupied by China. Does it mean we just accept the occupation of China and now follow their rules and don't fight? Is this our business or is this not our business?
Pena Tim Kola, ani Tim tampo tam nipagi yonden daura tanriwa yoris. Pernada tanda pura ni gyana ogla dwa. Gyana ogla re. Dimason gyana ogla invasion sanga so ani pura Pushawang raya chidunga so magia goresi yamena dinga so choto chiku maris. Kaisna gyamigi Tim ogla dwa. Di inga so choto chukire choto chiku mare.
Yes. 땡이버도 지도 초과지레스 가르레즈리가는 지도 지 고사드레스 가르레라바이나 보발라 라왕 베나가서 보바참 말에 자물리 수다 솔라이나 라왕자 마저 라왕다 출릭데바 라왕자로다 따돈다 라왕 몸부지요리 디 라왕 톱탄데 루아 미치니 소서 참말 톱탄 치고여서 땡아서 보발이야 니버도 라왕도 고고여서 라왕가 체다 맞죠 니버도 well,
this is not a thing that you have not to business. This is you can mind this business because it's not because we are Tibetan or you have to fight to help Tibetans. This is not Tibetan situation properly, because everyone needs to be free. It is healthy, it's good to any nation, to any person to be free. And so now Tibet lost its freedom. And so in order to fight to get again the freedom, so one is fighting to the whole entire population or freedoms issue. So this is something that is an action that is good to mind, is good to really pay attention to.
코소산이 양아sol라 토탕 면주지 ngasol라 고 ngasol라 테로치 ngasol라 깨잡되어이나 ngasol라 토탕 면주지 봐. 어디니 지 깨잡니 코소산이 ngasol라 라탑 제되어이나 데 제초고 말 대제나 다다 말와. 이마이나 ngaso 가르레지 나가몽아모니 로지다 가르 토비 리시몬다 로당다 가르 토비 바이나 마르소 가르소티 드네 코 롱바지다 자캅치 인송자 데 tagarang ngasola de jarochi jarochi ti kangla yon chito maji de ngasola lawa ga toptang yungor.
And we are not for example, we are not fighting, confirm your speaking language, English, okay. And we are not, for example, we Tibetans, we are not trying to recover our place out of just random reasons or no reasons at all. Like we have our history, we have like the correct reasons why we belong to that place, what that place belonged to these people. And then through these correct reasons, so we posit the reasons and all the informations and so forth in order to review or to have again our place.
When the meat of Chimoji Yoni, Sozola Gomo Jayo by the Tron in Russia by now, and the meat and Roni Kushingala Gomo Jadang around with red, then Malatero cheese in it, and so Colea Kotsakishos in it, Lava Wancha, Geshe Jatama, the Gomo Jata with the Yoruba.
Just like if some very famous or important person comes and steal our money. And then one has the reason to go that right, to go there. And even though it's very famous and important and whatever, hey, please give me back my money because this money is mine. So this is the correct thing to do. So because it's something correct, so it's something that is suitable to fight for, it's suitable to mind this kind of business. Okay.
In my culture, I had a job, for example, where I was doing a lot of actions in the same time. So I got used to say to others, you should do this, you should do that. And I thought this is the way. So now I understand it's not the correct way.
To be bossy.
How should I do?
To not be bossy.
Not, for example, or to speak enough what I need, or to do the action that I need.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's good what I'm saying, but now I can understand sometimes. Now I know.
Namgyung lekachedura ni lumbala ngaso rikshun sena midonga so luxor karere sena kelsi lekachebekala pena ngeleka lekachedu chawa damira nyamdu ani ngachegore sra cheba imbasonsa nga ni perdo mishemba nga ropa gogido sra ina shemba ropa gi chego pedicera nga katanda chegira sra we kradiche chegores wancha chempo dawo dwas ina anda pelcher tanda genlagi kaloblate da pelcher di kanjuma junsheo maris nga ni chawa senamido nga ni ngakda ni kechaditis se yona chichna yaga insare samgi
mare yang de so yang nor manora chiche go yang naso karre de so gi lega mamboji kirgir sugu yana lega mamboji yo an so wala lega lenye yo baina to so la good che chogorde che mugo amare che boares imba ina ya cherang la thota maybe gi chido mamboji mi chanda la ko ban deni chana te che gogorde che khore dini la baina de tata de go mari mato chedang gi lega de ya go yong wi che da kozo la ji lega kutup che ala so la wanse de yo baina de ni bat ya go lab go
there's something that you don't have to mix or to confuse, which is it's not that there's the limit that you have to put. It's not that you don't have to do some few things. For example, if you are the boss and you have the whole group of people below you, for example, of course, you have to share your responsibilities or activities to others. Just leave aside like being a boss. Like if you have partners, of course, you have to. It is healthy and it's important. It's crucial to share activities. So it's important to share. So you can tell them you have to do this. But the point is, you have to know how to pause it, how to speak, how to communicate this to them. Just like that, not like don't sharing things. This is not the correct way. It's do share things, divide activities and so forth, definitely, but in a proper way.
이바이나요? 고고야 지카리오레스 디간 소소지 원차로 지 초과지 그지 다원젠로 고트로 디네 이바이 원차 셀리기바 베조다니 베조 로바탄지요 마레스.
But mainly that because you come from a free country, I mean at least a democratic or free country, that you can become like a boss, or you can become like the president, or at least some leader in that country. So because you can become leader of the country or any kind of leader in that country, so you don't have to be a bossy leader. You don't have to be like aggressive or bossy just because you have power. Like the powerful leader is not at all a good way of acting. Yes. In case if you are a leader or boss, please don't misuse your power.
Can you explain more about how to figure out what should be our business and what not? Because I come from a country where we believe everything is our business.
Choto chegosa choto ches laimba choto chemogosa choto mache laimba la swani choto chegosa se ati karere ya po chigaro nas karichni sena nyelumba ngaso mi mancho le katsama ngaso chegosa rang res ngaso di kelengires ra di chena ngaso kanjuman junga so choto chegires
chido chegosa se digala karore se digala soso go che rongwa che uba 제 롱아데 제 우바 소소 강라야 소소 지도 제나 그 지도 제 초사들에스 소소라 톱당 메바 라 톱당 제산로 소소 베바쇼들 제 모롱사들 야 소소 대체 버리스 어디니 그지 라마리 제샤바이나 지도 제 먹고 살 지도 차는 거예스.
What means the things that you have to mind? What are the actions or what are the topics that one has to mind? Is the things that are suitable to mind. The things that are suitable for you to put attention on. And what are the things that you don't have to mind, that is not your business, that the things that they're not suitable for you. They are not suitable for you to business, to put your attention on this. What means not to be suitable, be suitable, that things is that either that is not in your hands, either like the way that you deal with that thing, or the way that you communicate towards that thing. For example,
for example,
I am a monk. For example, because I am a monk, from a monastic perspective, because I am a monk and I'm supposed to not do business and so forth. And you guys, like you lay people, do your own proper business. Okay, now you're talking about proper business. And then I am a monk, and so I'm not supposed to do business. And then I go to your place, to your business, and this is not a good business. And so you should sell these kind of things. You should do this, and that. Like I am minding something that is not suitable to me. This is an example. And for example, for lay person also, when you come to the monasteries, I think you have to pray like this. I think you have to organize your monastery like that. I think you have to organize your classes like this. So this is something that is not the business of the lay people. Likewise, among friends, among neighbors. So among friends and neighbors, so there are things that are suitable to be said or to be done. There are things that are not suitable, like it's not your business. And then if you don't do this, don't mind whatever is not your business, then it's just gonna be helpful for you because it's not gonna last. It's not gonna have many problems for you. So and so what is why I'm saying this? Just mind your business. Don't mind whatever is not your business. Why is that? Because what is the benefit of doing this? If one wishes for many problems, then you have to mind other business. And if one doesn't wish so many problems, just a little bit, and then you don't mind so much other business, just mind one's own business, and then you have a more healthy and honest relationship towards to everyone else.
Oh yeah,
with everyone.
Yeah, that
okay.
Okay. That day.
Okay, let's go for the third.
Somebody.
Okay, to be open, whoever is with open mic, maybe we can Okay, to be open mind, one means so not be tight mind, so not be inflexible and too little. Just
and
then you can learn more things. Well, one can hear more things. Even if with someone else, and then one has more friends. But if one is too inflexible, either like anything that one is studying, will not learn properly. We will not learn properly. We will not listen properly. We will not be harmonious with whoever is surrounded by.
가르레스 디간라 소소 고양보체 고레 랍디간라야 미 가르람나 참말라솔라소 데
doesn't mean that, but this doesn't mean that anything that others tell to you, you have to accept. But one has to be firm. For example, dogs. You understand, right? So in case, for example, dogs, because one dog come here and bargain, come here bargain, all the dogs around without any reasons, just because one is bargain, all the other dogs come and bark also, but they don't have any reason. Just because one is bargain, all of the other dogs come and bark together. This is like not firm. This is not stable. We have a different. But we don't have a dog's brain, right? We have a human brain. We have this human wisdom, human discriminative wisdom, that so we can check the things, we can check whatever action is happening, so we don't have to act just like dogs. So whoever is speaking, so we have to speak exactly the same, or whatever is doing, we have to do exactly the same thing. We have to check and understand before. But means what means like to be firm doesn't mean to be stubborn. Doesn't mean to be stubborn. To hold one's own opinion very tight. This is not the meaning of to be firm. If one holds just one's own opinion, goes believe and like whatever wants just see and whatever wants just listen and doesn't listen to any other opinion, this means stubbornness. For example, myself. I am a Buddhist monk. So because I am Buddhist, so I don't believe in any other view besides a Buddhist view. I don't, just because I'm Buddhist, and so I just believe in Buddhist point of views and so forth. I don't even want to listen to any other philosophical views. If I hold to these kind of attitudes, and so who is gonna receive the fault? Myself. Why? Because among all of the other philosophical views, they have so many good advices. And if I do this, I just close the door to all of the others' nice advices. And even if I am a businessman, if I am a businessman, if I have a shop and then I have many things to sell and then I close the door of my business, of my shop, so I'm not going to sell anything. So if you want to sell things, you have to open your door, the door of your shop. And then you can invite many people, either if they will buy things from your shop, either if they will not buy things from your shop, but you have to invite them to your shop. Likewise, so if you do like this, and so you're able to have more opportunity to sell the products from your shop. And then if you sell so many things, and so you have a lot of money. Just likewise, just this illustration. Likewise, just like this illustration, practitioners just like us, and so if I am practitioner of this religion, so I have to study whatever are the scriptures or the texts of this religion and so forth. Whatever is the practice, is the experience of these religions, I have to study first. And not only this, I also have to listen from any other philosophical views. I have to listen, to think, to try to understand what are their reasons and so forth. If I do this, and then I have all the good qualities, from others' philosophical views, and then my own wisdom increase. And so the increasing of my own wisdom is just like having much money from the previous example. Okay, let's go to the fourth point.
Jawa kaniji imbayna tomro te taki chigu re taki chini jawa den jigore ma jawa jindu lamsa so
the fourth point is what? So before engaging in an activity, one has to analyze. You don't have to just jump into the activity before even understanding properly what is going to be. And we have a saying this within the Bodhisattva's way of life from Shantidevas. If I do this, what is the benefit? Temporarily or in long term, what is the benefit? If this is beneficial for me, for others, what is the benefit? If I do this, if I do this now, I have and benefits me. In long term, this is going to benefit me or harm me. You have to think like that. So anything that you want to, if one does like this, so anything that one does, either in mundane activities, either in religious or spiritual path, so one never will become like deceived by the activities. And we'll never do any mistake. And on the top of not being deceived by anyone or any activity, and not also suffering the harm from a mistaken action, and then one can enjoy one very pleasant sensation after engaging in a very precise and well criticized action. Okay, this is the fourth. The fifth one.
That's also 지금 내가 자와 간디 지제바이나 소소라 펜도요야 고다고 맞죠 소소라 펜도요 소소자 마임바 소소그 나미니 소소그 지금 도보토모니 되니 소소그 지금 무엇이바니 어딘지 지금 뭐지라 펜도요야 그 삼로 땅바이나 소소그 레카데 알랍침보지 차그레스.
And the fifth one is, of course, everyone wants to be benefited, right? Everyone wants to be benefited by whatever one is doing. But if one thinks not only to myself, but anything that I'm going to do, I'm going to also benefit others as much as I can, as many people as I can benefit. And so the others benefit, by feeling the others benefit, one also will feel good, and then the benefit will bring back to you. And then to be honest. For example, just like an arrow. Just like an arrow. Just like an arrow. The arrow is completely strict. So if the arrow is completely strict, so the arrow will manage to reach the goal. If the arrow is sort of bent, if the arrow is bent, so definitely whatever, doesn't matter if it's the arrow is pushing very strongly, it's being pushed very strongly, and so we will never achieve the goal.
Body language. Or
you just use the body language. If you don't know the words, you just use like this. This means, what's the name? Bint. Yeah, it means bint. In Tibetan, it's kyokyo, so much easier.
제가 당아 저 쪼쪼 가르쳐요래 지금 소소 가르쳐 녀초라야 하정의 차신식 첨부 소소 가보니 볼.
So when we say like the arrow is bent, what means the bent thing here is when one is too attached to the things that one likes or to the closest people. Likewise, for those that one doesn't like so much, one creates so much anger. And then so if one understands, think in this very strange and weird way, like attaching too much to the closest and aversion too much to the far ones. So if one think like that, of perceive things like that, of course, any action is going to be also bent. Just like in, you know, the Tibetan soup, tukpa. Many people cook together the tukpa, the Tibetan soup. So I am the one who is serving the tukpa. So just like, let's take the example of the tupa, Tibetan tupa. In the Tibetan tupa, so there is the vegetables, meat, if it's non-vegetarian tupa, so there is the meat and the pieces of sort of little gnocchis, something like that. Okay. And so let's say that I am serving the tupa for everyone. And then if my friend comes, so I'm gonna serve not just only tukpa to my friend, I'm gonna serve tukpa together with a piece of meat. And then comes someone that I don't like so much. So to that person, I'm gonna serve, you know, just the soup, the liquid parts to that person. So why? Because I hold too strong to that view of I attach too much to the person that I like, and I try to avoid those that I don't like. Likewise, and so my action becomes like that. Like my actions become like bit like kyokyo, not straight.
제가 딘디엔 소장가로서 지금 소소 가조 톱도 그치 정보 딘디지 용화라 주어대요 딩인승의 냠네 맞아 라바승관하니 딩인승의 냠네 세지도 오 딩인승의 냠네데 마세체 도이나요 소소 그 셈도 정보 차로 소소 그 셈도 정보 차소나 텔레티비 레가 자와데야 양 정보 차예요레스.
Okay, so so in order to become like street, so if you can practice the meditation, the unifocal meditation, I think is very good, or concentration meditation also is very helpful.
Yeah. 단도 디샤와이나 가서 다기 돈세 나디가 나로라 마 디샤와이나 저러서 수정고 냠레 여보지나 가리용 거래서 메시견 잠바지 차그레스 딩인스그 냠레 제나 미장보 차그레스 셰르그 냠레 제바이나 미장보 차그레스 딱히 가리나 자와 가리다이나 딱히 개바지 차그레스 다디니지 송데가 수정기 냠레 딩인스기 냠레 셰르기 냠레 참아요 송용도 단다디 잡아들고지.
So whatever we spoke here today, so in order to become like from the five qualities of the 5 points to become a better person. So if you practice moral conduct, so you become a more gentle person. If you practice concentration, you become a more strict, more firm, strict person. If you practice wisdom, you're able to analyze better the activities before engaging, like you are completely wise, and then you can decide and choose the proper action or activities that you have to engage with and those that you have not to engage with. And so within these 5 points of 5 qualities of human being, all the 3 practice, like the 3 pitakas, or the 3 baskets or practices, or baskets, like the basket of moral conduct, concentration, and wisdom are all condensed within this teaching of today.
nga mi samboji chaso tele tene nge tindi chene mi samboji da ngala pe nyamnyong samboji 차송스 대나지 계란 소인 바인데 텔라 로조제 냠네 제나 미상보 지금 땡데 차기 두스 맞solaya 지도 제 고살라 지도 제 고르다.
So just Patrul Rinpoche, the one who shared with us these 5 qualities, he doesn't just share by sharing. He said, well, these are the 5 qualities that I did study, and I not just studied theoretically. I also put into practice. Because I practiced these 5 qualities, I myself became more gentle, better person than before. Likewise, I'm showing this, sharing with you guys these 5 qualities in order for you not just to study, not just to listen, study, and not only to study, but also to practice. Because if you practice, you also will become better person. And then for this reason, you also will receive the qualities, the happiness that you are seeking for.
Yeah, dan ngengoni keran sola yikse futsai. Da keran so yikse kisho.
Okay, from my side, so I just present my exam to you. Now you, from your side, now you present your exam to me. Now questions. Now is your time. So questions. People at home also.
Pergunta.
Oh, pergunta means question in Portuguese, so Brazilians understand. Okay, let's learn also Portuguese. Okay? Yes.
My question is 2.2, setting limits. Many times I feel confused.
If you can speak a little bit louder, then people at home listen to you.
So my question is about the second point it's about setting limits to one's behaviors. Many times I feel confused whether I'm doing enough or where is the balance, whether how much is too much and when is enough.
Ni chawara mangta yamena nyuntare kandis takta samsanga chadi chichinangi chawa drang yu samares paruprola dokale bkyores chawa karechena paruprola ngi chawa ngi ke chakarinera nga chawa karechena chichina drang masons da chichina ta dun tistis mawa mantare nyuntare paruprola nga zozo nyunta daos nga tsurkitus chawa takta kandes shingire
다 자와 체 간디 다단도 가르치고 배나가로서 건가 돈도 그 돈달라 레가 제니 지바이나 소소 레가데 제니 소소 건가 돈도 디그 돈이 소소 내 자야다 들로 거야데 기프트 많이 봐 기프트나 하고로 기프트나 배치요나 니 상황 배 야가 마와 딘데 텔레 기프트 그러와 배나가서 칼라자산도 지바이나 볼바치요나 문도 니요나 문도 숨배 몽봉몽 때야 조탄다문다 딘디 몽봉몽 딘디 제바이나 기프트자 참 기프트 많이 봐 소소가 지레가 강 제바디게 돈이 소소가 지 마세근 도성 지 소소를 부 딘디 요바이나 부 로다 타야 건당 니친지 임바이나 소소 레가 다다 차대요 단다 양제 띵고라 고군두 삼바데 도르감세야 차요래 소소 지 레가 데 제니 소소란 도송다 소소 부라 지 도송다 딘도송다 지 당라 못당라 제고나 단다 데스 망아지고
Well, let's start talking about the actions, right? The actions that involve money. So any kind of work or activity that one has to do in order to have money. If you think like that, first of all, you try not to think like, it's enough whatever I'm doing, but without too much exaggeration or too much fancy aspects. Like, am I doing to have the proper amount of like money for my clothes, for my survivance? Is enough or not? But the survivance, the level of survivance or level of the lower limit, usually people used to to add lots of fancy stuff. So too much higher qualities when it comes to oneself. So this is not good. And so if you're working and you already have like the conditions, like physical, financial conditions for your own survivance and for your own well-being and so forth, not too much well and not too fancy thing, but to your well-being, then it's fine. Or let's say that you have family, kids and so forth, like you have to send them to the school and so forth. So if you're able to send already to a school, so it's fine. Otherwise, if you're always like, oh, maybe it's not enough what I'm doing because I don't have the proper money to whatever I still need, I want more, or I want better and so forth, then actually become a little bit mixed to greed, to the bad mind of greed. This is not good. And so you have to live within the contentment. And so do look if you already have the proper, basic and good conditions without adding too much fancy, amazing lower limit conditions. Okay. But of course, if you work and then you work too much and you're not even having money for your own food, proper food, not too much fancy food, proper food, then of course, maybe it's not enough, that action. But sometimes also
legang che go mi che mi ber de lega de che go ya de che na pen do ya chi mo de yong ba yin ya yang su zu de za za ma jina su zu lu dan sem ni pe ta chi du da de ta chi bi ka la ka re za wo jo de lega ma ta du da so ji ne lu ma ni ka za lu sem ni su zu la jana ka re cha chu su zin ba che ma do ne ta chi du da ta chi du da da te wo o de ni ka la yang su zu lu sem la ta ma chi ba ji.
But sometimes also there's the situations that, yes, even though you're doing something that you have to do, is good, is virtuous, is helpful and so forth, but maybe you do too much too much or too many in too many hours or too much, then your body and also your mind, your emotional state if it's too much, become too tired. So when you're too exhausted, doing something that you have to do for the proper amount and proper limit, but if you're too exhausted emotionally, mentally, or physically, that means that maybe you have to set limit in that actions.
For
example, nowadays.
디가라 카비치노르즈니 하나 소바지오레 비조 디글레가 자산직지 디그 셈지집 디그 자산지디가 아까까로 빼 다치고도 어디에가 가라 이 셈다 스보니가라 다카르치고 예 다처럼 자주 소선바 데지 제마도 직 레인도 생각라 다 데지
I can even share my own experience. Sometimes, my own experience that sometimes I feel very exhausted. Nowadays I'm feeling very, very exhausted because I have three or four main works or activities under my responsibility, either like my work at the library, either at the library I also command another volunteer group, and either here and in the other works, and sometimes I do so many things for all of these works that either my physical body, even sometimes my mind also become too exhausted. In that moment, I tell myself, well, if you don't take care of yourself now, maybe it's going to be too much for you. And so by my own experience, I share to you this. Another topic also that is very important for you, if you can reflect and study a little bit, is about contentment and reducing attachment. And so if you can reduce a little bit of the excess of attachment towards objects, or to have more contentment, if you can think and read and reflect again and again upon this topic, then definitely, like, all the actions that you do is going to be exactly in the right amount, And not only that, you not mind other business because you're already focused in your own business to the right amount of necessarily amount. Okay.
Yeah. Also ndoba chungwa si dikala yang kaji ndoba chuni machi dini songo mare. Soso la kan yobade tulo ina ya soso kan yobade gindigwa. Soso zawa desa ina kan yobade gindigwa. Kulo yima ina soso la kan yobade simba che shaba ina yang soso ji dindig yang da lega mambo ji ko
and sometimes when we say contentment and reducing the objects of attachment or attachment, doesn't mean that you don't have to have anything. That's not the case. I mean, you have to have, you can have, and you have to have things, but in the right amount. And not only that, like be content with whatever you already have. Either like food, either like clothes, and either like things. So whatever you already have, like be content, be satisfied with whatever you already have. And then your mind will become naturally more relaxed. This means like contentment. And then if you cultivate this mind of what is it? Contentment. If you cultivate this mind of contentment, so anything that you do, like, is going to be always in the right amount, and then you don't create more problems to you. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yes.
Yeah.
My question is about open mind. Yes. When I was younger, I used to be open-minded, but as time goes by, I have been hurt by people so much. So nowadays, I'm so afraid of people and opening my mind to others. So it's my question.
Okay. Kuyambo korlanga tiwayus. Puchunchun kablanga pe kuyamboris. Ine yang para chiru drona. Ane edungel chiru rasons. Ane emishe magingala no pa mar tresons the tenius. Dicene tandangas kuyambo dawanga samlo tanto gimindus. Mishemba icheche lamsang icheche chomares. Nga kuyamborang mares pusuto posena midoda chikchitla nga mampane shitu gimindus dawodos la sonra. Dicene karechibore.
Leso. Re dembare mazo puchunju kableya. Mazo zugbo de salon majo yin sonza zugbo le tembi sheba de yang kon salon te zame yin sonza namdo dan kanji chani dini ga samlo digari to nyunyur. Yimba ina lubo den salon chung ya chiri do da nyamdo anin ramanda temba da namdo da so ya maru do ya de chetanga chani yang chochi ni ga zo semche kandi ji yimba ina korang yang ndo dang do.
Yeah, from one aspect, it's true that when we are a child, our physical structure, like we don't have so much the wind structure, like we don't have so much wind in our body, and because we don't have so much wind in our body, also we don't have so much, like the random thoughts, what we translate as fabricated or ruminating thoughts, like those thoughts that create scenarios and fantasies and so forth. When you're a kid, we don't have so much like that. And then when we grow more and more, so all our physical constituents become more precise, and then the wind energy and the wind channels and so forth, they are well established. Together with these, then all our thoughts and the random thoughts and the ruminating thoughts become very strong. And in these, with these uncontrolled thoughts and so forth, then this brings also a little bit of problems.
Teni chikare resi digala yang tandine ka ngaso ya chiri do sa digala yang ngaso namdo rashing ke mori do sa digala ya kakale ya kare resi digala ya pashu di soso la ya noba jiag noba meba da noba jiag tini samlo chuni meba soso ke namdo ko ya zoni kongala da gayo mari kongala chichegre ko chichi teni mombo yang ngaso namdo ko zoni ya ko pashu pe ko pa kyangkyang ziguzigni ngazole yang tindiga shikape shikchimbo yorda dikala orita de.
Because sometimes when we have these very strong wind energy and uncontrolled thoughts and so forth, sometimes the person are harming you a little bit, but sometimes like the person is not even thinking on harming you, not even like has the wish to harm you, but out of these uncontrolled thoughts, out of this uncontrolled wind energy, then we project as, we perceive as, look, he's trying to harm me. He is doing this. He is doing that, or she, or whoever. But actually, the harm is not coming from outside. It's being created by one's own uncontrolled thoughts. And this is actually is almost like natural behavior of us.
Oh, ngin kamba nala kuman dan zoyong na sam pe nam to chen la tin karton nala ya tin kuman zogri sam bi soso la di semtrechin o din yung gres mun je na kamba to nala mi chin sana ko kia chala ke ku yo ma imba ina ya ngin kamba nala kuma chin zoyong na sam bi ka ka la zo nam to ton da besal tin nam da kia.
Sometimes out of these uncontrolled thoughts, like it's so strong that even if you live in a completely empty house, if you are staying in a completely empty house, out of this fear and speaking mind that doesn't stop to talk and bring us problem, then we suddenly just find ourselves in a situation that we have the fear, oh my God, probably someone is coming here to steal things here, but it's completely empty, like there's no reason at all, but it's out of our own uncontrolled thoughts that actually we project the problems to outside. Just like Milarepa, when he was meditating in the cave, when he met one spirit, the spirit came into the cave. Milarepa said to the spirit, hey, and then Milarepa, so a being, like a spiritual being, not a human being, like a spiritual being, enter in his cave, and Milarepa look at him, say, hey, you're a spirit, you get out of here. I was trying to clarify who said to whom. I did wrong. I did correct. And now he said that I'm lying. I didn't lie. I understand properly. It's good to ask. No. So because Milarepa said to the spirit, well, you're not human, like you're a spirit, and so you get out of here. And then this spirit told to Milarepa, well, you are telling me because I am a spirit, because of this reason you are telling me to get out of here. No, I mean, I'm not a spirit. You are the one who is naming me, like you are perceiving me as a spirit. And even if you consider me as a spirit, there are so many spirits. So it's like this, but mainly it's just because he was telling to Milarepa, but actually your own thoughts, your own unreasonable thoughts, you're just considering me like bad spirit. Yes, I know. The spirit told to Milarepa, I'm telling the proper story. No. Sometimes this happens because in Tibetan it's very similar. And sometimes this happens to us. Sometimes like we say he's harming me, he's doing me bad. things and so forth, but we are projecting actually things, and this attitude actually harm ourselves.
다 임바이나 양 까까네
But
따가라래. 무연에
sometimes
땅에
yes,
돈이
it's true.
미jan다가
The
소소라
other is
승보소라고
harming us.
미jan다가 소소라
The other
두고 땅에 딘디 마음을
is giving us so much bad times. True.
임바이나 대용비
But-
까블래 소소
but even in this time,
소소 컨트롤
Like
딘디 지바이나
don't be too uptight or angry.
소소소소가 두고 땅에
Otherwise, like you create your own problem.
저런 가족 백구수도 가족 컨트롤하면은 콜레
As
저런
much
너가
as,
챙기
as much
믿을
as you
줄
become
언어
uptight
두고 말해.
or angry, actually is not going to harm the other person.
내 남자 백가르샤기요.
Usually what I say,
내가 짝 사고
let's say that this
짝
this is a
사고
very
임바지.
strong,
짝 사고 임바지.
let's say that this is a very hot stone.
짝 사고 어떻게
This to show them. Yeah, let's say that this is a very hot stone. We have to be fair, right?
누서?
Okay.
뭐야? 내 짝 사고 지임바이나 딴데짝 사고도 님이 콜라야 시기엔선
And then if I think okay, I'm gonna, and so if I take this very hot stone, and then I have the motivation, well, I'm gonna throw this very hot stone to that person to harm that person. And so I take this hot stone.
임바이나 딘데 시고니까 파쇼달라 네가 포위 미바요 말이.
And then if I throw to that person, doesn't mean that necessarily this stone will kick necessarily to the person, because the person can move himself and then avoid. But firstly, the first one who take this hot stone, who was it? My hand. So my hand is already burned. So the first person who received the fault of this is the person who created that fault. Just likewise, even though someone is harming oneself, and then one self think, I'm gonna harm out of the anger, I'm gonna harm her or him back, and so actually probably it's not gonna harm him or her, but one becomes sad, unease, and then unhealth, and ugly, with a very ugly face. And it's going to spoil all the good thoughts that one has. Even the food is going to be no tasty. So it's going to be like that. So what one has to do? So the person that is actually actively harming you, don't become just under that person. One has to answer. But not out of anger. You have to use your own wisdom. Out of wisdom, one has to answer precisely. And so when the person is harming you, you sort of pretend like you smile, and then take your hot stone and then involve in one fabric like this, like pretend that it's not a stone, and then throw it to that person. It's just like
simple.
Cotton, jumbo da.
다가제 준비 도도진이 파쇼를 잡나고 나고 말와 임바 준비 나노라 도지 내는 도도진이 엔디네 섬니티네 갈레리데네 엔서도 마가사다데 딘제 시고이나 미샨다 같다나 오 컬러 준비 지기 자서데 진 이나 파쇼 식사들 따따 페 나그르와 콜러 도기야미서 나노라 도요서서
So what is the method, or whatever, what you have to do in this moment that someone is really actively harming you, like so what you have to do is like not under the anger, no, like be wise. Wise means, okay, so I'm gonna respond to that person in a very direct and precise way. So how to do in a very nice way. So you put a smile in your face, like understand how to answer to that person, just like if you take a cotton fabric and do a little ball and throw to that person, like it's not going to harm that person. And then, but so you don't do this. And so you just like take a cotton fabric and then take a stone, not a hot stone, just a stone. And then evolve to a very nice cotton fabric. And then this cotton fabric, the person will say, it's just a cotton fabric, it's not going to harm me. But actually there is a stone inside. And then you throw. And then just because from outside it's very jumbo, very soft. It's very soft and nice and polite, but actually has one strong meaning inside. So likewise, it's gonna not just touch his or him, her body, but it will harm in the sense of it's not just a soft fabric. Okay. Just likewise. So one has to use the wisdom when answer. Give the answer. It's just like using this fabric, cotton fabric with stone. Okay? But not with anger. Then you're not able to answer.
So to that now, for example, one person says something to me, and I'm not going to react, even it's making me hurt. I'm trying to give only the cloth, only the soft, But next time when I see that person, I feel so bad sensation that I don't know how to control that, how to do that. I'm saying loving kindness, but still it's not really working.
Okay. Ane penna datigidu sani gelagi penna shintra mi chingala no pachesonda. Ane tsik boda oshe. De kabla inde inga kontrola long langidwa. Laso long malangne. Laso nga lengya gimare standa de kapsu papera. Ane nga kale semblo chene game dawo indo do dawo shes. Ane pe kare pedri. Pedri doma impace recipo tis par ani jambo tone tis par shura ani kola nogio maresra ina yang dj la sanina yang cartuna nga kyone ni jambo dawo tang ani ke mindu ngala tu samares tadum shukshempa ni lung langidos ani countries dolenchi gere
tagaran demare 바로서 컨트롤해야 되고 파쇼 미드도 소소니 버건 제와도 벤디리지니 소소도 파쇼니 네보소 마타바지니 파 반제와 득자 두리 당샤 자고르와
어딘데 갈라 at least when has anger like the anger has the function to separate two people. And so when one is with anger in one's own heart and so forth, like when one see the person, it's true that doesn't want even to meet to that person because this is a function of the anger. And even in Bodhisattva's way of life, they book this. There is one chapter that is talking about patience, that is the direct antidote to anger. So if you can read this chapter, it's very good. So if usually one has too much anger every day, so if you can read, it's good. And then if you can practice again and again, understand what is patience and practice patience. And so definitely one can reduce that distance between the person that you don't like and yourself.
When there's too
much anger in oneself, like we are not even able to ask for forgiveness, like we cannot even say sorry. And usually our behavior
갑질에 수수 셈라 니바지 통용디 가나야 지 컨트롤 자와이나 식침부 마자와 가르스 님이 그 콜 컨트롤 자와이나요 카딩들 컨트롤 자와이나요
So if you really can read and reflect about patience, mainly from this text, I think is very important, very good. And whoever can read these and reflect within this text, and then read and reflect again and again. And then when one encounters again to this unease situation, or not nice situation of anger, so definitely, because one already like is already more habituated to whatever is the concept of patience and so forth, it's going to reduce the harm of anger in yourself and also in the not nice situations. And in the non-nice stuff,
sorry. The text that you recommended, I didn't understand.
Sorry, we are advancing the time.
Yeah.
Okay, Steph. Yeah, send us our last question of today.
Otherwise, can you just tell us the text?
Sometimes people scold me because I never finish in the proper time. Yes, Steph.
Okay, thank you for your time and thank you very much. So my question is regarding to the fourth point, always analyze the action. So you explained that in order to do this in the best way, you need to have wisdom. And my question is, when I am aware that I don't have enough wisdom, for example, when I'm communicating with another person, I am aware that I don't have all the knowledge in how to help him, but also maybe I'm also aware that my motivation is not 100% pure, and it's difficult to stop and to think because you don't have always a lot of time to do it, because there are many things like that during one day. So how would you go about it? Thank you.
Ani chachi gores suimba ine ang michikchiga ni kecheshebe kapsu parupla dempare chikchenanga tis tsu bosenamindu ani tsiwatone tsiwe tone kechatis maradawa mare ani nyemba dawa she yo sares samki ine ante kablanga shirabe jotanchi gires yamena zamo tangores nga dutsuyo maresra dimasosa kande shigore
laso te anga chomse nanglo la pendo.
This question is very beneficial even for our daily routine. Before you talk, you have to think about it. Before you meet the person, you have to use your wisdom in the sense of using the reasons. Like you have to reflect on the reasons, and how to be about your conduct, like how to behave, how to address that person. If it's a not nice situation, how to pose it myself. You have to prepare before. There is a proverb. That is, if one prepares oneself before engaging in any activities, one becomes an expert. And if you want, and adding to this proverb, the second line of the proverb is regretting after doing something is stupidity. So what means that? That is, if you don't prepare yourself, if you don't try to prepare yourself in order to control to a bad situation, just like doing whatever you just want to do, and after regret and thinking that this is nice, this is okay, this is not nice, is sort of a stupid action. So, but what I want to say?
If you have
difficulty to talk, so you have to prepare before. So what about if I talk like this? What about if I talk like that? Like you prepare yourself. And then if you prepare yourself, like to put all the scenarios before you, and then so you can analyze properly the situation before, because you have time, you're not under the anger and so forth. And then when you meet the person, then whatever comes from your mouth is more precise and less aggressive, let's say like that. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Online and here also, thank you so much. And then if you have time and if you find someone to translate us, then definitely we'll meet again, either for a class, either for question and answers. If you wish to listen about anything, you can ask. Please ask whatever you want to listen or to have discussion and so forth. Please make your request. But we also but in order to answer your questions or to teach classes, we have Geshes. But we need the help of translators, and so we need also the availability of translators. But definitely, if it's beneficial for you, we will try as much as possible to organize any class or speech for you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. If you have any questions, also you can send by WhatsApp or in Facebook, on YouTube, and so forth. Okay. See you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, let's take picture. Yes.
That's not what I mean, but stop, but then don't touch it, please.
What I have to touch?
No.
Bye.
Wait,
Maria,
bye.
ciao, Madu. Ciao, Perry. Daniela, prazer. Paula. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, bom dia. Ciao.
Bom dia, tchau, tchau, tchau. Tchau, tchau, tchau.
Karen, Perry.
Bye.
Adiós.
Adiós. Ciao. Geshe, Perry.
야,